Hey guys, what is going on? It's Raphael, and for today's video I am playing F1 2017 and we are continuing the Road to Glory series with Sebastian Vettel in his Ferrari. This time around in Canada. And we have a rainy qualifying session. I'm not a big fan of wet qualifying. I'm not very good in the wet, but that's how the conditions are, so I hope I can do a good lap around here. At least qualifying inside the top 10. But yeah. We have 3 tire choice at the end. So with nothing further to do, let's roll it into the qualifying session. I first looked up if the weather would be better for the race, and it will be a dry race, so I put on a compromise on the setup between still fast in the wet but still faster than the other guys. That will translate in a intermediate position, if we can say so. But yeah, this is my first qualifying attempt, and yeah, I quite like Canada, but in the wet I'm not very confident. Here you saw myself getting a little bit of wheel spin at the last chicane, but yeah, I was tiptoeing a little bit in this qualifying, but yeah, that's how things are, and I can change that. Here you saw my difficulties, but yeah. And by the way, this was my first flying lap in the wet at Canada since I bought the game, and that was like last year. But still, I put every single knowledge that I had on this track, and wet condition racing, I had it before, so it wasn't an issue for me. And here we go on the back straight. You can see it says P10, and I was very careful going into the chicane because it's very dangerous. You can lock up and go straight to the pits, but it was a good lap. A good enough lap to be P1 at the top of the session. And 2 qualifying laps later, and I still didn't improve. This was my last attempt, and I qualified 6th for the race. Not too bad of a position to be starting in Canada, because you have the long back straight, and at the end of the first lap you can overtake if you are close enough. But yeah, with nothing further to do, let's roll it into the race. Here are coming the 5 red lights, and a blistering start for myself and for Perez, and I was inside of almost everybody, and this is P2 for me. Thanks, Jeff. And now a replay. You can see myself and Perez getting a very good start. And Ocon did also a good start. He was inside everybody. And yeah. And I was trying to close down on Raikkonen. Going to that left, right. Coming to the hairpin. And I closed myself almost to Raikkonen at the braking point. And I was very fast. I put on rage mix, got in the slipstream, braking as late as possible, and giving it all. But I wasn't close enough. But I was trying to be as fast as possible. And on the next lap, and with the red wall tires, so I had harder tires than them because they were on ultra softs, and yeah, I had to risk it. And here I risked it with my teammate, and it paid off. P2. Here at the end of the lap, almost the end of the lap. And for some reason, I had smoke, which is very weird. Yeah, I tried to overtake Hamilton, but it wasn't possible. He cut me off. And Raikkonen almost got me at T1. And here was Raikkonen a few laps later overtaking me. But I had none of it. I had no DRS, and still I was closing in on Raikkonen, and I launched it in his inside. No damage with the contact that I had with him. And here, the very next lap, I believe Kimi and Hamilton got into the pits. And I tried to push hard to be coming out of the pits so fast as possible. And here we have a virtual safety car. And I got scared because VSC in this game is a little off. Because sometimes when you have still enough of a gap, and you push it, you go too fast, I mean, you got a penalty. And I didn't want to have a penalty, so I take precaution to not get a penalty. Here I went straight to the pits. It's very dangerous spot to brake. Here you hear them coming. I lost 1, 2, 3 positions. 3 positions that I lost. And here I was right behind Raikkonen and in front of Bottas. So I only lost 2. The very next lap, I was behind my teammate and I pushed it. and again I launched it into the inside of Raikkonen. This race has been a 4-horse race between myself, Hamilton, Raikkonen and Bottas. The 2 silver arrows versus the 2 prancing horses for the victory. And now I had an advantage. Less fuel, softer tires, so I had to give everything to gain to Hamilton. I hope it pays off. And they have still that smoke screen. And a few laps later I crashed into the wall of champions. And for some reason Hamilton is in the middle of the track. Unbelievable. This is unbelievable. I think he had a puncture or something like that. The next lap the safety car came out and I was still in first position. And I was behind the safety car and there were only like 1.5 laps to go to the finish, and I was without a chipped front wing. I had a chipped front wing, sorry. I had to give everything to protect this position. The safety car comes in this lap, so I wanted to have a good start, so I bunched up the field very slowly, and here I started to push right before the chicane, and I left them behind. So 2 laps to go to the finish. It will be a sweaty 2 laps. At the end of the lap, and is 1 lap to go, and yeah, I pushed as hard as possible. I was very fast, even with a chipped front wing. And Carlos Sainz just got out of the race, just retired. 4 cars retired in this race, so you can imagine how many cars that was. I forgot to put it into the video, but Carlos Sainz crashed against the wall of champions, and yeah, I pushed it and I was in front. At this point I was very excited because I knew Bottas couldn't overtake, and that was a finish, my first W for this season, and I was ecstatic. I was very happy for this moment. My first W in this championship with a chipped front wing. That's what you have to do. And Ricciardo got into the podium. Unbelievable. Non-expected podium. First of all, myself winning Second, it was Hamilton got a puncture. Raikkonen, I don't know what happened to him. He just fell behind. And myself, for myself, I was very happy, indeed. And yeah, guys, that was it for the video. I gained some points, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe for further videos like this one, and comment down below your thoughts and share it around. And I wish you a good day, and until the next time. Bye, guys.